very good morning to you from BBC One. And now, for the first time on British television, James stars as Maria in The Sound of Music. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs I've sung for 1,000 years. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music. Yeah, baby! Oh, I've been waiting to do that all night. A very good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Friday, the 17th of April 2020. A very good morning to you and welcome to today's little chat show. I hope you're well. It's a bit... I thought it was going to be all cloudy and wet this morning, according to the weather. It's overcast and a bit windy, but no rain yet. They reckon we're going to get a load of rain today, which is a bit different to the last few days. So I might not be able to go out for my walk or my cycle today. I hope I will be able to, even if I get an umbrella and sort of walk down to the, down to the post box. I haven't got anything to post though. I could just post an empty letter. Really, can I? Just for the sake of going for my daily exercise. Because I've got something to do. It's difficult to go over the forest or somewhere like that in order for beautiful flowers to go out there. If you haven't got nothing to do, you can, well, I must have something to do. I know, I could go and pick some rubbish up. That's what I do. I do that round here, you know. I do. I go round our 4 houses and pick rubbish up. Tins, disgusting people. Dirty, filthy, disgusting people. Start dropping their tins and crisp wrappers and everything else like that. It's funny, isn't it? I don't think crisp wrappers are decompose. Very strange. Anyway, so we're waiting for the water to come down today. Look at that message coming in. I can just see that over there. Thanks for your messages. Claire has just written there. Morning, Claire. She found a lily beetle on her orange lilies this morning. Wouldn't have looked if you hadn't warned us. Nasty red thing, now dead. Good. It's the only way to deal with these things. If you don't squash that lily beetle, it will eat your lilies ever so quickly, darling. You need to check them every day. Now, I've got quite a lot now out the front because I split them all up last year. Loads of them, and they're all in different places. I literally go round them all twice a day. Only takes a couple of minutes, twice a day, and I check for lily beetles. And if I find any, not only do I squash them, I spray the plant again. Got to tell you, I haven't seen any now for 3 days. 3 days, so I think we're on top of that situation. The lily beetles have been destroyed, darling, destroyed. Because I'm here in lockdown, I'm able to deal with that. Hopefully, they do a similar thing to the virus, you see. While we're in lockdown, we're literally squashing them, aren't we? Do you see what I mean? We've got to stay there until they're all dead. Not the people, the virus. You know. Not making light of that situation at all. Don't worry, I'm not. Anyway, so no lily beetles this morning. Poor Claire's found a lily beetle. Has anyone else got lilies? Who else has got lilies? I want to know. Who's got lilies and has found lily beetles? That's the question. Shall I say hello to some of you early today? I think I will, yes. Good morning to Mick Davenport. Morning to Rachel. There is a picture. Let me see how many people we got watching. Okay. There is a picture that I might show you later, boys and girls. It will take... calculating now. 16 likes to see Rachel. Rachel don't know what it is now because she hasn't sent it in. I've nicked it. I have stolen a picture. You'll be pleased I showed it. I have a picture to show you or something of Rachel. I cannot reveal it. Horses wouldn't drag it from me. I need, 17 likes to see Rachel's picture this morning. Thumbs up, please. 17 thumbs up. You see Rachel's picture. Less than 17, you won't see Rachel's picture. Thank you very much. Morning, Rachel. Hope you're well. Hello to Michael Pullman. LaBelle, good morning. Your emerald-eyed duckling of magic. Quack, quack. Quack. I like ducks. Do you like ducks and swans and things like that? They can be very dangerous, swans. Don't ever argue with a swan. I'm scared of swans. Yeah, in Lincolnshire, the birds seem to be a lot tamer, and these swans come right up to you, hoping for a piece of bread. You're not supposed to feed them bread, are you? Hoping for a piece of bread or something like that. I don't mind with the ducks. but the swans can come right up to you. And I thought, oh my God, they look evil sometimes. They look beautiful from afar, but their eyes. Do you know what else has got evil eyes? Goats. They scare me as well. Goats. They've got those beady eyes that look at you, don't they? Awful things. Good morning to one man and his Sprinter van. Colin Coates, hello to you, sir. Good evening. Good morning, David Fryer. I beg your pardon. Another 3 more weeks of the lockdown. Can't wait till it's over and back to normal. Here's a question for you, gang. I had this written down, funnily enough, David. What is the first thing you want to do after lockdown? There you go. There's a question for you this morning. What is the first thing you want to do out of lockdown? For me, I'm quite sort of reasonably happy, really, with how things are. As long as I don't get ill and none of you lot get ill, I'll be happy. I don't have a problem with this lockdown. I certainly don't have a problem with everything being so much quieter, including the roads and going to various places. I miss looking around the supermarket. I usually look around an entire supermarket. Anyone else do that? I do. When I go on holiday, right, I will seek out their supermarket. For example, in the States, Publix, Publix. I'll go into Publix in the States and just see what they sell. And basically, it's the same as what we sell. But I just like to look around and see how things are set out. And it is different. One of the things I found difficult to find in supermarkets in the States was milk. The milk didn't seem to be in all the supermarkets, just some of them. Isn't that odd? And dairy products. I remember that. Oh, that's some time ago now. That must be 20 odd years ago when I first went into a supermarket. No, I was 21, wasn't I? 21, yeah, 21, 31, 50 odd years, 30 odd years ago, when I first went into a supermarket in America. I said, can you tell me where the milk is? Oh, we don't sell that here. And you had to go somewhere else. I can't remember where it was now, though. So I'd quite like to walk around the supermarket. I'd also like to go swimming. Of course, I haven't been swimming. The weight is piling on, boys and girls. We're now up to 13 stone 5. It's piling on. I have now, you'll be pleased to know, I've cancelled the biscuits. I've cancelled the biscuits that were arriving on my at my mate's delivery. I said, no, take the biscuits off. And I think we'll have to slow down. That we've had a little bit of freedom with all these foods and things. I think that's got to stop because the weight is piling up. So I don't really have too much of a problem with the lockdown, to be honest, David. Doesn't bother me. I'm sort of a fairly solitary character anyway. I prefer my own company to having loads of people around me. They get my bleeding nerves, to be honest. Terry Turner, good morning, Terry. Lovely and sunny in Huntingdonshire, where he lives, in Huntingdon, near Peterborough in Cambridgeshire. Chris, what's Chris KBPS? I don't know what that is. What is that, Chris KBPS? What does that mean? Chris Kibbs of Huntingdon, very well done. I don't know what that is. Do tell us what that is. Is that like a secret thing, is it? Secret squirrel. Morning, Adam the plumber. Hello to you, sir. Morning to John Aitken. Mike Responto. Hello to you, Mike. Thanks very much for sending that round of questions in yesterday on the email there, Mike. Thank you. Morning to Fran Green. Jason Hughes. Hello to you. We're jumping down there. Where has it gone now? There we are. Sorry, I'm just jumping all over the place this morning. Oh, there we are. Claire will check every day from now on. I love going round the garden, watching everything grow at this time of year, and so much of it is. Isn't it absolutely beautiful out there? Everything has got buds on it. The wisteria, the buds are getting very big on there. I've got a lovely wisteria that I planted some years ago in the back garden. And last year there was an immense amount of flowers. So I don't know how that's going to look this year. I'm very much looking forward. And the wisteria smells. Oh, it's got a lovely smell to it, isn't it? There's another couple of bushes I've got that have flowered for the first time this year. One out the back there with little white flowers. And you remember I've got this 2 trees that I planted a few years ago now, and they've got like yellow They're a bit like a wisteria, but yellow, hanging down like that. And that's just come into flower now. It looks beautiful. Took about 3 years for it to start flowering. And then last year, the first lot of flowers. And I thought, that's really nice. So looking forward to more flowers coming on that as well this morning. Hello to Sean Pye. Morning to you. Morning to George Bond. Paul and Lou in the house. Good morning, Paul and Lou. Andy. Hello, Andy. I've stolen something from Rachel this morning. Good morning to Gary Davidson. We had a good chat on the phone last night, Gary. A lovely night last night on the phone-in show, boys and girls. We had a lot of phone calls came in. Nice to chat to you all about various bits and pieces. All right. Diane Jebb, hello to you. There's young Gavin Bass. Claire's face mark has arrived. I'm very pleased with it, except one of the elastics was cut in two. Oh dear, slipped through quality control. It's now being laundered and I will fix it. There you go. I'm sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. Wow. It was cut in two. It wasn't cut in two when I put it in there. That's very odd. Was it really? What, as in here? That's or here? Or had it come out here? Look, I mean, no. I don't know why that is. Sorry, Claire. Was it like cut in two, the elastic? That must have happened en route in the post office or something. Was the bag sealed? That's very odd. I hope it's okay for you there, Claire. Thank you. Rachel's given me permission to use any pictures at all. Excellent. David, after lockdown, I won't get back to football fitness and playing football and meeting mates and going to karaoke. David likes the old football. I'm not a football fan. My nephew likes football a lot. Jimmy, he loves the football. John is looking forward to going to the local charity shops. Everyone will be having a clear out during lockdown. You might find some vinyl records. Oh, you still collect those, do you? Yes, I got rid of mine years and years ago now. Eventually I just took them all down the dump because they were taking up so much space. And I'll be honest, I haven't really missed them. No, I've got a couple here, not many. Like literally a handful of vinyl and got rid of them all to save the space. I had a whole shed full of them. So I got rid of those. Then I knocked the shed down. That was an effort. There's actually a video of that somewhere. Knocked the shed down and retrieved the space for the garden. That's why my garden looks a lot bigger than it is now, really. Morning, Michael Lawrence. Paul and Lou is finally having to do one of the jobs on the list, cleaning the oven. Oh, get a bloke in. You can't, can you? I had a bloke in to do that, 50 quid. This is a few years ago now. Oh, dear, what on earth was that? One moment. Dropped my glasses there. Yeah, I had a bloke in to do it, 50 quid. He did a really good job. Absolutely sparkling afterwards. It's all right now. It's not like spotless clean, but it's clean enough. You know what I mean? LaBelle, one day I shall call, but I fear the cost of a long-distance call. You could get Skype. That would be free if you get Skype there. Skype. Yep, LaBelle can't wait to get back to work. There we are. Look at that, eh? Wow. Okie doke. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little picture of James there. I'll show you again just in case you missed that earlier. There's James. That's great nephew James. And my niece. This is in Cyprus. My niece took that picture when they were out on their walk on the beach. The whole family were there. And it just immediately dropped into my head that is the opening scene, obviously without the heels, but on the beach instead of The Sound of Music when she has her arms out like that. The hills are alive with the sound of music. That one. John would have paid for the records. Well, yeah, it was a long time ago now, John. I expect they'll be smashed up. Or maybe the people at the bins picked them out and sold them. I don't mind, really. Doesn't bother me. Claire, maybe you cut it when you opened the bag. I was wearing gloves and used scissors. To be honest, Claire, I think you probably did. I would have noticed if it was. Do you know what I mean? And I tell you what I did notice, because I folded them like that, I was fully aware of how close that was to the edge. And I did think to myself, oh, I hope that doesn't come out of the edge of the thing or get stuck with this. I think you've cut it yourself, dear. Do be careful. Claire, you must get an adult present when you use a pair of scissors, my love. That's what John Noakes said that on Blue Peter. Very, very dangerous things. In future, Claire, please heed my advice. And if you're going to use a pair of sharp scissors, you must get an adult to supervise you when you've got those scissors. Or, better still, order a pair of those children's plastic ones from Amazon. Have you got a pair of those? Do you remember those little plastic scissors that you used to have at school? I remember those. How are we doing on the likes? Oh dear, only 13 likes. I've got a photo to show you coming from Rachel this morning, boys and girls. A photo of something that she owns. Okay? And that is available for viewing with only 22 likes. We need 22 likes, 22 thumbs up, and I'll get the photo up for you there. All right, gang? Yes, as I say, great phone in last night. Some wonderful calls from you. Thanks very much for that last night. After that, I had my dinner. And what did I have last night? It was spaghetti on toast. I'm eating my out-of-date tins of spaghetti at the moment. 2018, it says on the bottom of the can. And there's nothing wrong with them at all. So I've got 2 more of those left. And last night, I had spaghetti on toast. Now, I mentioned the biscuits at the beginning of the programme. The other thing is I've got at the moment bread. My mate gave me a loaf of bread the other day because he didn't want it. And another loaf came yesterday on my Morrison's order. That was very exciting having that come in yesterday. My Morrison's order. And that's in the freezer. But you see, spaghetti on toast. Right? Don't sound too bad, does it, Claire? With 5 pieces of toast. Well, it started off as 3 pieces, and I was still hungry, so then I put another 2 in the thing, followed by ginger biscuits. But the ginger biscuits are about to run out, and I don't think I've ordered any others. I think I told my mate. I'm sure I told my mate to cancel the ginger biscuits because that's not helping, is it really? Safety scissors, that's what we mean. Thank you very much, LaBelle. Safety scissors, that's what Claire needs. She's a bit dodgy with the scissors. I mean, God knows what'll happen if you give her a knife. She'll have no head left. She'll fall over on the knife. Do be careful, Claire. We can't afford to lose viewers. I've told you that now, my love. There you go. I will have an adult present next time I use the scissors. Clearly a danger to myself. Good morning to Gary Owen. Hello to you, sir. Did an 8 o'clock show this morning. Hard work for an hour to get the news. Yes, and that's why I'm a little bit later than I was normally. It's getting harder and harder to pick out news stories that all aren't virus related. It's very, very difficult. You look at all these front pages. Virus story after virus story, and yeah, I know it's the biggest thing in there. People are dying, it's all very sad, and this, that, and the other. But honestly, we need something else. You can't just have unhappy news all the time. You've got to have something else in your lives, I think. Excellent. Which tapestry did you order, Claire? I can't remember that now. Good morning to Mix Mowers. How lovely to see you now, sir. Good morning to you. Hello to you. Where are we? Claire. Good morning, Adrian Richardson. Morning. Morning. Adrian's getting funny looks from the line, getting his drugs. What line? What's a line of what? Oh, you mean a queue? Are you in a queue somewhere, Adrian? What are these people in the queue doing? Good morning, people in the queue. Adrian's just going to pick up his heroin. Okay? Yeah, well, it's just one of those things. Some people are drug addicts. That man who's got the phone, and it's a bit loud, and you're all listening to me, is going to collect his heroin. If he suddenly pops round the corner, what he's likely to do, as soon as he picks it up, he'll probably disappear around the back of the shop to jack up. Please don't be afraid of him. He's quite harmless. Unless you're carrying a bag of donuts, in which case he'll probably steal them from you. So beware. Beware. That's right, Claire. That's right, Sean. Claire's butler probably opened that for him with a pair of scissors. Anyway, so after the show last night, I had my spaghetti on toast, which was very nice. And then I watched a film, which I mean, it looked a little bit old. And when the date came up at the end, I think it said something like 2012 or something like that, with the excellent actor Denzel Washington. And the film was called Flight. Very, very good. And it's about this plane. There's something wrong with the plane and it's flying away. But he's drunk. He's drunk and he's high on cocaine. So he's flying this plane and then he goes for a nap. and his co-pilot is a little bit to the book, by the book, if you see what I mean, because he's younger. So, but that him, Denzel Washington, the main pilot, I suppose you'd call him, he's a bit older and he does it his own way. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, he goes to sleep and then suddenly the plane starts vibrating badly. And he has to land it manually, Denzel. And he does all these things that are not written in the book. You know, the co-pilot, no, we can't do that. Just do it. And eventually he turns the plane upside, because it's in a nosedive. And he turns the plane, passenger plane, like a Boeing, upside down. And that stops it going down. And then manages to sort of float towards a field. He couldn't get to an airport and lands it. And only 6, I say only, you know, any loss of life is a tragedy, as you know. But he only loses 6 people out of a couple of hundred. And he's like a hero. Then it all goes through court, and the fact that he was drunk and high and all that. Won't tell you what happens at the end, but it's a good film. If you haven't seen that yet, it's on the Netflix, okay? Flight, starring Denzel Washington. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. That one had my attention. I wasn't picking up the phone or anything like that. Great film. I do quite like flight, airplane disaster movies. I quite like those. On YouTube, sometimes I bring up plane crashes or near misses. I think they're brilliant. Or my particular favourite, or one of my favourite things on YouTube to watch, is bad landings. So you just type into YouTube bad plane landings and you see some of these planes coming down. Not through the fault of the pilot. Usually it's the weather. And some of them, like crosswind landings, where the runway will be like this, right? And you can see the plane coming in. It's nowhere near the runway, and it's getting closer, but it starts drifting over this way, and the plane goes down like that, and the wings are going like this in the wind. Oh, it's fantastic. I do like, I'm sorry, it might be a bit sick, that might be, but I do like plane disaster movies. Very good indeed. Does say good morning to Mick's Mowers. Good morning, Mick. Mike Rees-Fonto has been furloughed for 3 weeks on Monday. I don't get bored, so it won't be a problem being stuck at home. No, me neither. I don't get bored. Ever. Adrian, they are now moving away from me, but not donuts. You got a drug addict in the clear, everyone. He's gone to get his heroin and his cocaine substitute. Is there such a thing? I don't know. There's a heroin substitute, isn't there? I think there's a heroin. Now, what's that called? Is it methadone? Is that the heroin substitute that they give the junkies? Or is that something else? Is there like a cocaine substitute as well? Perhaps we can all try a little bit of that. My drug is sugar, I'm afraid. And it is... It's very high density in biscuits. I'm addicted to ginger biscuits at the moment for some reason. Isn't it funny how that happened? I mean, I've always liked ginger biscuits, but I suddenly became addicted by them. I think it's this thing making us mad. It really is. I'm a mad person, as you well know. And I'm watching this film last night. Can I just ask, is this a normal thing, right? Can you tell me if this is a normal thing, right? So I'm sitting in the chair, in my sort of armchair type thing. It's not quite an armchair, but it goes back. Yeah, I bought it a couple of years ago. And as the plane is vibrating, I start shaking in my chair like this, like, you know, doing it purposely. I also do a similar thing if I'm watching Star Trek. You know, when they're on Star Trek and they're flying around and there might be some sort of attack going on. Or maybe even when they go to warp drive. Warp drive, sir, Mr. Sulu. Yes, Captain. And I'm like that. I start doing this in the chair. Is that like a normal thing to do, or is that like strange, do you think? Is anyone else shaking their chair or do things at moments of great movement in films? Is it just me or what? I'm not quite sure. Have you watched Snakes on a Plane? No, not yet. I haven't watched Snakes on a Plane. How many likes have we got now? 20 likes. Only 2 more likes, boys and girls. 2 more likes, and you can see Rachel's video this morning. I need 2 more thumbs up for Rachel's video. Rachel can't eat ginger biscuits. Gives me heartburn. Me too sometimes. Now, here's the weird thing. Bread, cakes, biscuits, all give me heartburn. Not at the moment. How weird is that? I can't work that out. That is not happening at the moment. Now, you know, I seem to have a thing with heartburn. I don't know why. It's really odd, isn't it? It hasn't happened at all. Not once. And I have been hitting sort of bread and biscuits a little bit too much recently. Isn't that strange and mysterious, boys and girls? Very, very strange and mysterious. No heartburn. Don't know why that is. Very odd, very odd. Michael says, no, it's not normal. Only strange people do that. I am a strange person, as you well know. Strange person. Good. So that's the vibrating in the chair. That's everything I've spoken about my bits and pieces. Now we have some news stories as well for you boys and girls. Shoppers. A shopper is feeling discriminated. Oh, poor old cow, dear. Bless her heart, dear. Looks like there's someone else in the news today wants a little bit of attention. Hannah Goulding, 22. Well, that explains it immediately. People of that age want that. She wants a bit of attention. Hannah Gordon, 22, bought the same dress in the same size, but couldn't believe it when one of them didn't fit. Morning, Maureen. Didn't fit? Well, you want to lose some weight then, love? Well, lose some weight then, dear. When shopping for clothes online, we all take risks with the size we've ordered and the quality of the product. As I well know, I ordered a pair of jeans once. Well, 3 times I had to send this pair back. Just one was too big, one was too small. I learnt not to buy clothes online, to be honest. The only thing that comes online now are the colourful jackets that I buy. I haven't bought one of those for a while. No things to be bought at the moment, my dears. Look, I've got a £1,000 bill here. Service charge on 2 of the flats. God's sake, man. There's one bloke who's not paying his rent. Oh, Christ. Which I understand there's no money coming in, but I have to take the hit, dear. I'm having to take the hit, dear. Poor. That's why I've cancelled the biscuits. No rent coming in from this flat. God's sake, man. When shopping for clothes online, we all take risks. While it's not uncommon for shoppers to take... I mean, it must cost them a fortune, mustn't it? You know these online people that sell stuff, like Amazon and all that? It must cost them a fortune in stuff being sent back all the time, don't you think? Must do. Especially these people, dodgy people, who order clothes, and this happens. They order clothes, they wear it for their night out, and assuming it's not damaged, they send it back. They shouldn't be allowed to send clothes back, I reckon, unless they don't fit. It says one savvy shopper from southeast London ordered 2 of the same dresses in different colours, both the same size, and was stunned when one didn't fit her. She's 22, ordered the shape red snake print mesh high neck cutout bodycon dress. Blimey, that's a description, isn't it, for 20 quid from the Pretty Little Things website. I could get something from there, don't you think? Pretty Little Thing? No? She took to Twitter to explain the odd sizes. She uploaded a picture of the awkward moment she tried on the dress that didn't fit alongside the caption. I feel discriminated, to be honest. Oh, for Christ's sake. She feels discriminated. Why would you feel discriminated at the fact that one dress fits and the other one does? Does she think like someone's in the office or something and has looked at her picture and, oh, I don't like you, I'll send you 2 different sizes of dress? What a thing to say. The blogger says, I usually love buying clothes from people. Oh, she's a blogger. Wants attention. She's attention seeking. If you want attention, just set your own YouTube channel. Get loads of attention then. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The big blogger says, I usually love buying clothes from Pretty Little Thing. I actually love their shape range as it fits in all the right places with the exception of this item, of course. Now, to be honest, I'm looking at her. She don't look particularly fat. She doesn't. She's just been sent the wrong size. No one is against you, dear. No one is against you. No one is picking on you. The quality is very hit and miss, usually a hit. But with the price you pay for some of the items, it's what's expected. Well, I should think so too. What do you expect for 20 quid, love? You want something decent, go down to Ted Baker or somewhere like that. God's sake. I usually have to order 2 sizes of each item because I can never predict what size I'm going to end up with being in their items. Hannah has since contacted Pretty Little Thing about the incident. And there's a picture of her, you know, breasts out, full face makeup. She just wants to be in the paper. Bless her heart, lovey. Oh, bless. Instagram is just not enough for some of these people, is it? Hannah since contacted them about the incident. A spokeswoman replied, saying, no, we're really sorry about the situation with their item. Well, why bother? Why not just ring them up, tell them you got the wrong size, and get another one? Why have you got to write to the Daily Mirror? Mind you, if she hadn't done, we wouldn't have had this story to laugh at, dear. They said, hey, Hannah, I'm really sorry to see this. I completely understand how you feel. Could you please drop me over what's a DM? Oh, a direct message. A DM with your order number, and I will get this sorted. So there we are. It's pathetic, isn't it? Isn't it pathetic, people? They really are pathetic people, these. Moaning and moaning and moaning there. Good morning to John Parrish. Hello to John and Sherry sitting comfortably in their caravan. Have you got rain up there today? We're supposed to be getting rain here, but it hasn't started yet. Yeah, it's waiting for me to leave the house. That rain is waiting for me to leave the house. I'm telling you that now. Morning to Daniel Woodhouse. I knew a woman who was so big when she went to the clothes shop, the only thing that fitted her was the changing room. Yeah, probably you as well, Daniel. How rude. I think that would be my case soon, to be honest. That will be my case. I can't get my bum through the door now. I can get my forward bit, and then my bum gets stuck. And I had to put butter on the sides of my hips to get my bum through the door. It's terrible. Terrible. That's right, snowflake, says Mick. Absolutely, snowflake there. Oh, Sean today has found his first grey hair. It was in his spaghetti bolognese. Oh, how awful. You're not buying pre-packed spaghetti bolognese. Make it, dear. Make it. Make it yourself. No salt or sugar. I don't add salt or sugar to anything at all. The only time I might use a bit of sugar would be in porridge if I've got no honey. It's the only additions I do. I certainly don't add salt to anything at all. Nothing at all. Good morning to Ray Reynolds, who says they wired the seats to vibrate for earthquake in 1974 at the Empire in Leicester Square. When I got the tube home, I thought the ceiling was coming in. Same noise. I didn't know they did that. I know you can go. I went to a 4D cinema. We got one in Bracknell where you get little bits of water and wind. Not worth the extra money. I'll be honest with you. I thought, I don't know about this. It's a bit like the 3D pictures. The 3D, when you go to the cinema and see 3D pictures. I gave up with those because I just found the picture was that much darker. And you were kind of, I can't see the picture here. It was the last 3D picture I saw. I think it was a Harry Potter one. It might not have been the whole film, just the beginning of it. And I just couldn't see it. It was so dark through these glasses, so I don't bother with 3D films anymore. I wait and I seek out the 2D, the normal version, 2D version. Doesn't do anything for me, the 3D really. And you can see it a little bit. Does it add anything to the film? I don't think it does. I knew when all these 3D tellies came out some years ago, I knew that was going to be a fad. I knew that was not going to work. And very shortly, within a year, I think Sky cancelled their 3D channel. They had a 3D channel, didn't they? And the BBC were working on 3D, and they just shelved it. No, we're not interested. Just no, unnecessary. Good morning to Mark Borden. Morning to you, sir. Morning, Rachel. We are fat, dear. You've seen the TikTok video of me laying on that sun lounger outside. Something I won't be able to do today, unfortunately. No sun so far. Overcast where John is as well. Yes, I thought it might be. Pouring down in Portsmouth. Oh, that'll be on its way then, Mike Rees-Ponto. I want to go down to Portsmouth Cathedral at some point. St John's, is it St John's Catholic one in Portsmouth? I would like to go down there at some point. Morning, Fran. At least if it rains, next door neighbours won't be out in the garden blasting out music. Have you got that problem, have you? I haven't. Oh, I've got wonderful neighbours. All four of us. There's me. There's Dave and Karen next door. Then there's Tim and his wife, and there's their son, and then there's Babe Station Pearl and Les on the end. All fantastic. And then there's Christine, and there's a bloke on his own. We're all quiet. No one makes a noise. It's fantastic where I am here. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Mick says my shirts are looking better than ever. Thank you very much. That's fine. I don't bother with the backs of them. Just the bit you can see. In fact, I don't bother with the arms now either. Just this bit is the only bit that I have to iron. It's brilliant, isn't it? Morrison's Donuts. Oh, God. Don't, Fran. The ones with jam injected into the side. How delicious are they? Michael Parman, you've got the perfect dad bod. Maybe that's a lie. Good morning to Luke Trott, telling us it's lovely in Eastbourne this morning. Hello to you. Adrian prefers the donuts to methadone. More flavour, especially from the bakers down in Marlow. Oh, I haven't had donuts for ages. Covered in sugar. People that they buy a bag of them and eat the lot, don't they? Well, that's their lunch. A bag of donuts. Yes, please. We've been mentioning the programme The Quiz recently, which was on ITV on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday this week. An excellent programme if you want something to watch. About 3.5 hours worth of television there. Watch them all in order, 1, 2 and 3. And it's all about the programme Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I thought it was really good. ITV did a really good job of that programme. And in The Sun this morning, the creator of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire has launched a furious rant at coughing Major Charles Ingram and insisted he was a cheat. Now, when we watched the programme, it finished off in court and all that. And after the programme, I always thought he was a cheat. But after it, I thought, I'm not so sure now. I'm not so sure if he cheated or not. I don't suppose we'll ever know the real answer. But it said in The Sun more than 6 million people watched Wednesday's finale of the ITV drama Quiz, which examined how Ingram cheated his way to the jackpot, which was in 2001. Good God, 19 years ago this was, blimey. But the show cast doubt on whether or not Ingram, wife Diana and accomplice Tequin Whittock cheated. Producer David Briggs, 71, played in the show by Elliot Levy. What a great actor. What a great actor, Elliot Levy. What I'd say to anyone uncertain of their guilt is now simple. Go back and watch the programme. That's what the producer said. He says, I was there... I beg your pardon. Sorry, I'll read that again. I've got that slightly wrong. The producer, the actual real producer of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So the producer, David Briggs, 71, who was played in the show by Elliot Levy, said, what I'd say to anyone uncertain of the guilt now is simple. Go back and watch the programme. I was there in the studio on the night it happened, and the evidence is compelling. I'm very protective of Millionaire. This is the show that I created. It was my little baby, but it was a show that was important to the viewing public of Britain, and they loved it. They loved it here in this country. Massive ratings. I never watched it, but it was a massive ratings puller for ITV those years ago. The Ingrams did that. This is what the bloke's saying. The Ingrams did their evil deed when I think the public got behind us and thought these disgusting little guys tried to cheat. And you can understand it. Like I say, like this show that I do, this is my baby, and if someone tries to do something to it or change it, or says it's rubbish, of course you can understand. I get quite upset. Not like when people are in a joking way. Sometimes people need to think what they say before they type things or whatever. But of course I would. It'd be like, say you had a child, right? Say you got a child in a pram. It may have some disfigurement or something like that. And someone comes and looks at it. You wouldn't expect them to say anything, would you? You know that child has perhaps got a little disfigurement or something like that. And that person, but you wouldn't expect it. If that person then says to you, oh, what's wrong with his cheeks? Or what's wrong with her lips? You'd be really angry, wouldn't you? That's their baby. This is mine. That was his baby. This programme was his baby. So you can understand that. I completely understand where he's coming from. People were trying to cheat. and make his show look bad. I would be fuming. And I would take them to court if I had the money to do that. It says, if I ever met them in the street, I'd ask them if my lips would be sealed for the rest of my life. Tell me, did you do it? I'd just like to hear him admit it. Whittock and the Ingrams were convicted of fraud in 2003 after coughs indicated that the correct answer to the Major, played by Matthew McFadden in the drama. So what would happen? They were given multiple choice questions. You know, what's 2 + 2 is the answer. 5, 3, 4, or 6. And he'd be going, well, I don't know if it's the answer right. It might be B. Could it be the answer C? And then someone in the audience coughed at the answer. I mean, it was so obvious. So obvious. The Ingrams have now said they will appeal. I mean, years later? Really? But David said the conviction was so long ago that they will have to pull a big rabbit out of the hat. Speaking on Radio X yesterday. What's Radio X? I don't know what that is. Speaking on Radio X yesterday, the show's former host, Chris Tarrant, agreed he couldn't see the appeal succeeding. The TV star, played on the drama by Michael Sheen, again, excellent acting, excellent, also claimed the courtroom scenes in the show's finale were skewed to make viewers think they were innocent. By the way, do you think they were innocent or guilty? You can just put innocent or guilty on there and I'll read them out. Meanwhile, Chris Tarrant has called Ingram a rotter, a cad and a bandit, and has said he has had beef with the quiz for casting doubt over his guilt, and so it goes on. He also claimed that the courtroom scenes in the show's finale were skewered to make viewers think they were innocent, and that's what changed my mind as well. When I was watching the drama, of course, the drama is not necessarily exactly what happened. Sometimes they change little bits and pieces there, don't they? But yeah, I mean, if that would be my show and someone did that to me and cheated, then I'd be really upset. It's a bit like if I thought there was some way of someone cheating the bingo, for example, the bingo, not the quiz, because the quiz, there is no prize. And I've said before, when you play the quiz here on a Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Tuesday night, you play as you want to play. There's no prize, there's no leaderboard. If you want to cheat, that's up to you. You're only cheating yourself because we're not bothered. Not bothered. Not bothered. Do I look bothered? No. Bothered? No. Do I look bothered? No. But the bingo, that's a random number generator thing. If I thought someone had somehow got into the system and made it so that they could win themselves, I would be absolutely fuming. Absolutely fuming, I have to tell you. Really would. It's the same for him, you see. Let's have a look at some of your messages there. See what we're saying there. Isn't that interesting? Good morning, Gary Butler. Scrap It Man is in the house. Gary Butler. Morning, Gary. Morning to you, sir. Mike Responto, go to Audi sometime. Might be the best time to go as it's raining here. Might not be much of a queue. Yeah, but people are in there, dear. They're in there, breathing. Very dangerous. I don't want to be near people. The only people I want to be near is with my nieces, nephews, great nieces and great nephews, and sister and husband. That's it. Don't want to be near anyone else. Go away. Keep back. You see, as Catholics and Church of England, as Catholics, anyone comes close to us, we can just do that. Keep back. Keep back. The other religions haven't got any of that. They can't do that. My Jewish friend up the road, he can't make a star. How do you make a star? You can't do it. That's the only one. We are at advantage. LaBelle, Toys Sound Like Me, massive hit. Never watched it. No. Oh, okay. You've never seen it. Where are we now? Ray, my dad wasn't a great TV fan at all, but he loved Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and found it compulsive viewing, as indeed many people did. They did. A lot of people love that show, and they were always talking about it at work and what have you. Piggy Malone, guilty. Okay. You think guilty? Terry Turner says they were guilty. I love that show and still do. Terry Turner there. Terry, didn't you send me something the other day? Was that an email? Sometimes people send it by... If you're going to send something for the show, can you always send it on an email? Because that kind of all drops in the same box, and then I keep it together. I can't find what that was now, Terry. Oh, just a raffle ticket thing now. I'll deal with that when we do the raffle tickets. Okay. I thought there's something else. Can't remember now. Anyway, yes. Guilty, says Terry. Sean says guilty. Abdizarak, hello. Hello to you, sir. Abdizarak, you just popped in to say hello to. Nice to see you, sir. Welcome to our little show. I know you're busy and that and can't stay. Morning to Abdizarak. Lovely chap he is. Daniel's not so much guilty or innocent, more like the whole thing was fabricated for television. A lot of that goes on in television, says Daniel there. John says they were definitely guilty. Terry loved Chris Tarrant on TV and on radio. Radio X is the alternative music station. Everything's owned by Global, Terry. It's all owned by Global. I remember hearing a story once not from Chris Tarrant, about Chris Tarrant, because I really don't want to do this discussion. I have it so many times on here, and I say the same things. You must be fed up with me saying it. But radio now is very different to what it was when I wanted to be on radio. Not so much now, because it's all... Unless it was a community station, I might be interested in that. But to be on a global station, just with not allowed to use your own personality and had to fit in with their brand, you see? Anyone can be on the radio. You could be on the radio, right? Right? But you've got to do exactly as they want you to do. Whereas back in the 70s, you were employed because of what you were able to do. Do you see what I mean? I can't think of anything. It must be like stacking... I was talking to someone. Someone, can't say the name of the person, but they're on the BBC now, right? They have a daily radio show on the BBC. Someone I know, can't say the name, right? And they left, I think it was Heart, to go to the BBC local. And I says, can I ask, when you were on Heart, is it boring? And without any delay at all, this person said, yes, it's really boring. You're not allowed to use your own personality or anything else. Well, you might as well be stacking shelves in blooming Sainsbury's. Again, not to make light of that job. That's a very important job. But it's as boring as that. In fact, probably more boring because you've got no one to talk to. Sitting there with your little, you're listening to Heart, coming up next. There is no talent required for that. All they want is your voice. We like your voice. Here's what we want you to say. It's boring. I don't listen to it. Ever. I never listen to any of these stations. Really. But Chris Tarrant was on Capital, and I heard the story. He's one of these top knobs from the radio, came into his studio because he was doing a very popular breakfast show on Capital, a very good breakfast show on Capital. He was doing this, and apparently he'd been talking, and some music was on, and some top knob, or perhaps the producer, came in and says, all right, Chris, do you mind, can you not talk so much in between the records? And of course, Chris is a big star. So he just looked up from the paper and told him to F off, get out. You see, he would be able to do that. Someone young and very talented wouldn't be able to do that. There's all these talented young people who can't use their talent. I know they're out there. We see them. There's all these wonderful young people in their 20s, 30s who have an immense amount of talent, and they go on these stations and they very quickly realise they're not allowed to use it. Oh, good. Oh, why are you talking? Why are you talking about that? This is where I'm lucky. People, why don't you go on the radio? Don't want to. Why would I want to do that? Look at the freedom I have here. We talk about all sorts of stuff here, don't we? We're not even time restricted. We can go on for hours or less. Don't have to be here at a certain time. So much easier. Right, it's not getting paid to do it, but that's neither here nor there. It's secondary. Money is secondary. I've told you that before. I'm not interested. If someone came up to me and says, hello, Chris, I've got this radio station or TV station. I want you to do a 4-hour show a day, and you have complete freedom to do anything you want, and we'll pay you this. Then I'd then turn around and say, 4 hours is too much. I can do 2, and see what they say. But I would do that. And if they said, right, well, you've got free range, but you can't do this, this, and this, and I would listen to that first, and then I would decide or not. Most of it's fairly obvious. Okay, you can't swear. Yep, okay. You can't create hatred towards someone. Does that include Gemma Collins, I would say? Now, I couldn't say that on the BBC because Gemma Collins does a podcast, so I'd very much doubt they'd look very dimly on that if I said something like that. Here, say anything I want. The last thing I ever want to do is offend someone, really. I do on the chat box, you may notice, I will answer a question in the same sort of type of talking as it's coming across. So, many people... if you was to put something on there like, I don't know, something digging, then I will answer back. I will answer back in that sort of same language. And then you'll find people, oh, that's not very nice. Well, look at the message you just sent me. But to be here and be able to do this with complete freedom is just marvellous. It really is. Fran, 3 sides to a story. Yours, mine, and the truth is somewhere in between. Yeah, I wasn't convinced they were guilty after watching that programme, really, to be honest. But then on the other side, I didn't used to watch the programme anyway, so it was only like news items that I saw about the whole thing there. All right, Abzivra, you have a nice day, sir. I know you can't stay, so there we are. Knob. Knob, says LaBelle. That's me, a knob. Mike Reese says the station down here, you listen to Wave 105. They're owned by Planet Radio. The DJs on there use their personality in their shoes. Good station, yeah, until it gets bought up. Is it a community station, Mike? Or is it a ILR? If it's an ILR, it'll probably get bought up by at some point and then networked with Heart or something like that. If you want to be on the radio and you want to do what you want to do rather than what you are told to do within a framework, like I said, some sort of framework. Well, yeah, you can do this. We only play 70s on here. Yep, I could do that. Or we only play new music on here. Yep, that's fine as well. But we only play new music. Oh, and by the way, can you say this and this at every link and only talk for like 10 seconds? No. Well, why have you asked me to do it then? Why have you know what I can do? Why have you asked me to do that? What's the point of that? You'd be bored. Oh, yeah, but we'll pay you £20,000 a show. No, not interested, thank you. Not interested. Rather be sitting here earning nothing and enjoying myself than sitting there bored and earning. The amount of people that earn an absolute fortune and they live for money. They live for money. Don't they? They absolutely... There's nothing wrong with earning loads of money. But if you've got to do something that you're climbing the walls you're so bored with to get that £20,000, I don't think I could do it. I really don't. Rachel, they're flying more workers into to work in the Cambridge fields. Yes, I saw that as well. So presumably they couldn't get local workers to do it. The jobs must have been advertised there, I would assume. No? So they didn't get enough workers to do that, did they? Andy's watching one of the shows from last week. The other day you said you used to love Famous Five books. Did you know they do adult versions? They're quite funny and enjoyable. I probably wouldn't enjoy them, to be honest, Andy. No, if I knew the books as they were as children's books, I probably wouldn't enjoy the adult versions. The sort of thing, it kind of ruins it a little bit, I think. Yeah, I probably wouldn't enjoy those. So, no, it's not community station, no. Okay. It covers southern Hampshire. Right, so that will probably be bought up by Global or someone at some point, or Bayer, Mandy, Gemma Collins is a blonde bimbo from Essex. She's a nobody, not even a has-been whose ego is bigger than she is. Well, yes, I totally agree. There is no talent. Someone has decided that she will go on the telly and loads of people will watch. And they do. They do watch her, don't they? Planet Radio owns the likes of Magic Kiss, Signal One and all of those. Just a waste of time, isn't it? Let's do another story. Home testing kits. We can all get our home testing kits soon from that wonderful one-click ordering Amazon. Yep. Plans are said to have been drawn up for coronavirus testing kits to be delivered to UK homes by Amazon. Well, they'll be able to do it. They're very good, Amazon. Okay, sometimes they leave stuff outside the door. You never get a note. You never get a card from Amazon. Sorry you weren't in, do you? Oh, now who's the worst for that? Hermes and... Oh, that is not there anymore. CityLink. They used to be the worst ones. The times I was sitting in here Twice this happened. Sitting in it, and I heard the door go. I thought, what's that? And you go to the door, someone's put a card in. I've been sitting there. No one rang the bell. Where's the point of doing that? Why do they do that? Do they get something for putting a card in the door or something? Do they get some sort of bonus? The amount I don't know why they do that. But never Amazon. They're very good at the delivering. I've never had a problem with them. Possibly one or two of you have. But the Times says the company is starting to pilot a program using Amazon Logistics, which will deliver throat swabs that are picked up 1 hour after a sample has been taken. Have you ever had one of those? A throat swab? That's not fun. Blooming great big long stick goes in, and it looks like you're about to chuck up on someone. Where the place I go to at the Royal Free in London, if I have a bad chest, I'll go in there and they do that. But that's not the worst bit. The worst one is the cotton wool bud that goes right up your nose, and I mean right up. It's horrible. They put that thing like that. Oh, and your eyes water. It's all over in a matter of 2 seconds, but it's really unpleasant. It says text messages will deliver the results, with the whole process aiming to wrap in less than 48 hours. The paper said the test was different from attempts to create a home test that shows antibodies to coronavirus. A spokesman for the Department of Health and Social Care did not confirm the report, and neither did Amazon's press office when contacted. So they might be sending out these testing kits. But with a float, I would imagine that's just to see if you've got it. What I want to know is, have I had it? You know? There must be a lot of you out there who think they might have had it. I'm one of those people. If I was, I had very mild symptoms for about 4 days. That was it. There was no temperature, no cough. I just felt like I didn't want to get out of bed for about 4 days. Like, oh, God. And everything was a real effort. I think we carried on doing the shows. I'm sure. Did I? No, I didn't do the shows for a couple of. That's how bad it was. You know, and I don't cancel stuff. I work, whether it's work or doing this, for no reason. Really. I would just had no energy whatsoever and a bit of aching, and I was getting very hot in bed at night, although there was no temperature. They were my my symptoms. And DJ Chris, he felt awful for about 3 days and came through it. He thinks he's had it, so we'd quite like a test to find out whether we've had it or not. You know. Good morning to Dave Moses. Morning to you, Dave. Waitrose in Bracknell. You're so behind, Dave. Dear me. And you're supposed to be opening a radio station soon, dear. Dave Moses, Waitrose in Bracknell, has a female member of the staff singing karaoke outside to entertain everyone waiting to get in. She's just been on this morning. We did that story weeks ago, dear. Do try and keep up with us. Don't worry about that this morning with little Pippy baby, Pip Schofield and Holly Willabooby. You're wasting your time, dear. This is where you get the news first. The BBC News with Chris Reardon. That one. Dave. Well, I mean, is this how your station's going to be, Dave? Are we going to have the news like from 3 weeks ago? Is that how it works? Do you get it cheaper if you use old news? Is that what it is? Does Sky give you a discount if you use old news instead of new news? Aren't I awful? LaBelle says on the subject of Gemma Collins, you haven't seen Gemma Collins, have you, LaBelle? Just because you don't think they've got talent doesn't mean others think the way you do. After all, they've got the job. Yes, they have got the job, but there is no talent. You talk to the people on here, LaBelle. They all think the same. Did you get your Waitrose? I don't have a Waitrose today. Oh, your Morrison's from yesterday. Yes, I did. We have discussed that at length, Mark Baldwin. Do try and be with us at the beginning of the show, dear. For the whole show, all right? How are we doing on the likes? All 21 likes. Only one more like is required, boys and girls. One more thumbs up, and then I'll be able to show you Rachel's exciting picture of something that she owns. I can't believe we only need one more. One more thumbs up, and then I'll show you the picture, okay? Mystery burning object in today's Metro is flying over the sky. People in Cambridgeshire. Did you see this, Terry Turner? Did you see this? People in Cambridgeshire. Oh, what a stupid thing to say to Terry. He can barely see, bless his heart. He's not got very good eyesight. I take that back to perhaps you heard it with your extrasensory hearing. Have you got extrasensory hearing? People in Cambridgeshire has been left scratching their heads over a mystery plume of smoke that appeared over the county. A large flaming object. That was probably my sister actually running to the pizza place. A large flaming object was spotted spiralling in the sky at around 8 o'clock. This bloke was sitting outside his canal boat in what's he doing in the canal boat? Oh, is that where he lives? He might live in that. In Streatham. Not Streatham in London. Oh, have you been there? Oh my God, blimey, that's a dangerous place, Streatham. People get shot there. He was in his canal boat having a little fire when he spotted the trail. He said it looked like a very thick chemtrail to start with. Have you seen the people going on about the chemtrails? Oh, what are they spraying us with? Oh, Christ, those sort of people. Oh, what are they spraying at us today? Oh, it's the chemicals. It's killing... Oh, there's a magpie outside. I wonder if it's about to use my bird bath. It's looking at me through the window. It's sitting on top of the washing line, of the postal washing line. Can it see me or not? No. It's thinking about it. It's looking around. That can't hear me. Oh, it should be able to. The window's open. Oh, it's looking down. It don't know whether to go off the post or not. It's probably looking around for cats. He said it wasn't moving quickly at all. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a meteorite because they are gone in seconds. We've seen hundreds of shooting stars, but this definitely wasn't that either. This was coming down very slowly and spiralling. It started to glow orange, as you can see in the pictures. And there's a picture of it. It does look very strange and mysterious, boys and girls. Very strange and mysterious. I shall now put echo on for added effect. There were flames coming out of the back. It was really unusual. Jerry took several pictures of the burning entity dropping through the sky, in which a huge trail can be seen behind it as it descends into the distance. Gary said he was watching the unidentified object fall through the sky for between 10 and 20 minutes as it was coming down so slowly. Eventually, the burning mass disappeared behind the trees in the distance. Jerry said he was looking towards Huntingdon, where Terry Turner is, Huntingdon, as he watched it descend, but stressed the object might have landed way beyond that. Terry, you need to get out there with your friends and find this object. We could be under full attack, darling. Perhaps the viruses have all got together and they've become a big thing that comes out of the sky. That's what that magpie's looking for out there. He said the sheer size of it is what got me. When you look at the pictures, they show the trees in the foreground, and it's way beyond that. It was very big. It landed beyond the horizon, and that's how big it was. We couldn't see it land. If only I'd been out there with my brand new binoculars. Wow, I wonder what that was. Isn't that exciting? Do you find that exciting or frightening? I find that exciting. We need to see aliens immediately. Yes. Oh, for God's sake. How far is he behind him with the news? Dave Moses, did you know that Pip Schofield has come out as gay? I'm not so sure that you should be opening a radio station, Dave. You're a little bit slow with the news, my dear. Are you staying at home at the moment? You know about that one, do you, lovey? Terry Turner, Anglia Television. ba 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 ba. Anglia Television, Look East, covered this and made a big deal about it, as there was no other news, says Terry. I think that's when my friend Tom Edwards did. I think he did Look East some years ago. Was it Look East he did? So Tom Edwards, Terry? It was a Thames continuity announcer as well. And HTV and... what's the other ones he did? Anglia, another one. And Central. He did them all, dear. Like the cash. He liked the money. Very busy. Morning to Archie, who says it was a large meteor, which are also called fireballs. Oh, yes. They leave a trail when entering the upper Earth's atmosphere. I like the sound of it, the Earth's upper atmosphere. I want to see one of those now. I want to, hopefully not coming towards my house. Well, we ain't got time to ring up the fire engines here, dear. Hello to Mr. Magpie and salute it for luck. I thought... When I glanced at that, I thought you'd said, John, say hello. Oh, I have to be careful where I say this now. Say hello to Mr. Magpie and salute it for a... Magpie. 1 for sorrow and 2 for gold. 3 for a girl and 4 for a boy. 5 for silver and 6 for gold. 7 for a secret never to be told. Magpie. How many likes have we got now? Is it time? Oh, 25 likes. Here comes Rachel's picture now. You will have already seen the picture that Rachel sent in the other day of her beautiful lighthouse. Like this is worth 25 likes. I'm telling you that now. You may have seen the picture that Rachel sent in of her lighthouse last night, yesterday or the day before, and she mentioned it lights up at night. Okay, so she put up a little video of her lighthouse lighting up at night. Unfortunately, I couldn't grab the video. I didn't find a way of downloading that. But I do have the picture of her lighthouse lit up at night in her garden. Here it is. Look at that. It's a bit dark. But look carefully and you can see the shape of the light. What you can't see is that it turns around. Turn around. Every now and then I feel a little bit something or other. Turn around. Kelly Wilde does that. Do you know Kelly Wilde? No. There it is. Look, you need one of those in your gardens, boys and girls. You can actually see that. But that light actually turns around. It must be electric, I would imagine. And it's really good. It's very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. So thank you very much for sending that in, Rachel. The bits and pieces. If you ever want to send anything in, boys and girls, that's cool. I can always show it on the next show. Just send me, if you've got like loads of pictures of something, please only send one in, okay? If you send anything in, send it to that postal address there, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'll be happily to... Someone at the door. Excuse me a moment. Lots of letters, yeah. Lots of letters. Oh, it was so exciting. Do you know, there's 2 large boxes outside. 2 large boxes and a packet and a letter. How exciting is that? I wonder what it is. I wonder what it all is. Very, very excited by that. Where are we now? Aliens may have come to help the world get rid of the virus. Well, the Borg have tried to come here. They turned round twice. The Borg from Star Trek. They saw the virus and went back the other way. That's how hard they are. Call yourself hard? Blooming Borg. Pathetic. Pansies, dear. The Borg are actually pansies. Pathetic. Rachel loves magpies. Did you know they're very intelligent and you can teach them to talk? No, I didn't know that. Is that right? They're a bit loud. Like that all the time. They are, aren't they, magpies? They do. But one, I was eating my dinner and one hopped quite close to me. Robins get very close to you, don't they? It might be the same one or several different robins, but they're out there sometimes. You know, singing away. Oh, I'm very excited to wonder what's in those boxes that have arrived downstairs. Very, very exciting. Good morning to DJ Craig London. Mr. Whiteteeth is in the house. Morning to you, sir. LaBelle, are you sure you're not the alien? I mean, you're extremely strange and mysterious. 3 times I've had that bit of music today. We're overdoing that one. Terry, it looks very nice, the lighthouse. I would prefer a flashing TARDIS instead of a lighthouse. Yeah, but when you say a flashing TARDIS, Terry, the trouble is you buy these toy TARDISes, and some of them do have a flashing light, but they're like bing, bing, bing. And a flashing light on the TARDIS, it's got to fade on and off. Do you know what I mean? Gently fading on and off. It's like fairy lights. How annoying are the fairy lights? And the old type used to do it, where they would flash on, off, on, off, on, off. Nowadays, you get the LED ones and they're kind of on, off, on, off. And that's quite good, isn't it? Quite like that. Can we request a photo from Dave Moses of your studios for us to see, please, Dave Moses? Can we have a picture of you sitting in your studios that you can email to us on that email address there? And I can show that up there. Oh, it's a normal battery-powered solar light. Is it really? Well, the way that turns around, it looks like it's a plug-in job. It's very good. Very, very good indeed. I wish I could have downloaded the picture to show. Oh, maybe I can. I don't know how I do that. Bear with me for a second and I'll try something. Let me see if I can use the same thing that I use for broadcasting the church on the religious hymns thing, on the religious music and hymns channel. Now I'm going to have to find that again. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let's have a go. Bear with me for a second because I can't see anything. There's you. Oh. Beautiful. Oh, you shared my show today. Thank you, Rachel. There's a good. What's that you've got on there? That picture of that insect. What a pretty insect. A red darter. Oh, what a pretty little thing that is, isn't it? They're pretty colours. Right, let me see if I can find her thing. There it is. Right, so there's her revolving thing. Now, let's see what happens if I do this. This may or may not work. I do not know. One moment, please. Oh, there we go. Look at that. There you go. It works. So that doesn't look like a solar light, does it? Isn't that fantastic? That's Rachel's revolving. I know it. All you can see there is like a dark light going around. Oh well, I've learned something else today. I can nick the stream going out there. Yeah, I thought that might work. Excellent. So there you go, Rachel's revolving thing that I've now. Oh, what have I done now? I've just closed down all the chat and everything. Create. What have I got to do? Create. Go live. Where's your stream? Come on. There it is. Click on that, and we could get that. Please come back to me. There we go. Got it back. There we are. Got it back. I think that's brilliant. That. Absolutely. Brilliant. That. All right. Where are we there? Not electric. Mike Reese has ordered a 75cm lighthouse on Amazon. Well, what's that then? Is it 7? Oh, that's a meter, is it? So, well, that's quite tall, isn't it? Yeah. I think, Mike, no, don't bother with it. Send that back, Mike. Have one built, a proper lighthouse in your garden. There you go. There's a little project for you during lockdown. It'll only take you 3 weeks. Doesn't have to be as high as a proper lighthouse, just as high as your house. You know, that'd be nice. Oh, there's a nice house for sale, Horsingham. You know Horsingham, didn't you, Rachel? It's a lovely house for sale there, dear. 185. Yeah. I'm tempted. Tempted. I showed it to my niece earlier. She said, are you going to have it? The thing is, it's been on since November 2018, which indicates to me that there might be something a little bit amiss there. It's been on there a long time. On the other hand, I do seem to see a lot of houses for sale in Lincolnshire that are on there for a long time. Is that just how it is up there? Is that normal? There do seem to be quite a few houses that have been on there a year, year and a half, sort of that sort of time, doesn't it? Shania, hello Shania. Had a video call from my mum. That's more important than me, Shania. Even I would say that to you, my darling. Good morning, Shania there. Fran has got 5 light-up lighthouses, but smaller than yours. Oh, I need to get the light fixed in that one. There must be something I can do to that. There'd be something I can buy on eBay to fix that little solar light in that beautiful little lighthouse that my sister bought me some years ago. Yeah. Morning to Mark Jones. Morning, Mark. RT, Google Barwell meteorite. It will explain all about a fireball over Leicestershire in Christmas Eve 1965. I tell you what, RT, I haven't seen a fireball. I've seen a shooting star. And you're the perfect person to ask because you're a what do you call it? Astronomer type person, aren't you? I was a little boy, about 15, I think I was, and it was a Christmas Eve or Christmas. It was either Christmas. No, it was Christmas Day. It was Christmas Day. So round about 1978, 1977, Roehampton is where we lived. On the balcony, and this thing came across the sky, and it was slow. It wasn't like a whoosh, it was like that, and it disappeared, and I heard a bang. What could that have been? A fireball. Very exciting. Would I be able to find out about something like that? Sort of meteorite spotted in Roehampton, 1979. See, there was no internet. No one would be blogging then, would they, or doing anything rubbish like that. That's why I had my pirate radio station then. Yeah, wonderful things, stars and all that. Good morning to Mark Bowles. Hello to you, sir. Morning, Mark. No, haven't touched the parcels, Mike. I won't touch them. If I all letters and that, right? I pick them up. First of all, I open the doors and I open the bin. Okay, pick up the letters and I take them outside, open them at the recycling bin and the other bin as well. I remove the paper and look at the letter. If it's nothing to see here, please move along. Go straight in the bin. If it is something else, then it is brought into my utility room and placed on the floor and left there for 3 days. You think I'm joking? No. Cardboard boxes, they will be opened. Similar sort of thing. Cardboard box, straight in there. Look at the item, bring it in, or put it in my shed, leave it there for 3 days before I touch it. Or spray it with bleach and leave it in there for 3 days. I'm very, very careful. Thank you. And then I come back in and, of course, wash my hands properly. Rachel's just been out to measure it. There's a competition now. Who can have the biggest lighthouse? Rachel's winning at the moment. Rachel's winning. Mark's waiting for his mask. You're not the only one, Mask. There's a few people waiting for their bits and pieces at the moment, okay? 2 weeks. We're giving things 2 weeks to arrive now, even with first-class stamps on. There you go. Mandy's waiting for hers as well. Lots of people waiting. And Fran as well, I believe. Oh, Fran's come today. There you go. There you go. And Fran's got posted on Monday. So it's taking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for 4 days. First class is taking 4 days at the moment. I'm giving things 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Do you know, there must be batteries in there, mustn't there? I'll have a look. I've got time to do stuff today, so I'll have a look at that. Right. There's one for sale near Rachel. Where are you again, Rachel? Are you Spalding? It's probably a little bit too far away from my sister. I don't want to be on top of my sister. So sounds rude, that, doesn't it? Don't want to be on top of my sister, but then again, don't want to be too far away. You know? I don't know if it'll ever happen because I'm quite happy in my house here. You know, this is the trouble where I am. And listen. Now, okay, we're on lockdown and all that, but this is how it normally is. You don't usually hear any sound around here. I find the flora here is better than in Lincolnshire because of all the trees. There isn't like a forest near where my caravan is. there's trees and there's a river, so it's different. Is one better than the other? No, one's not better than the other. But I quite like being in the forest, you know, a little bit like that. Whole beach. Whole beach. So let's see if I can find that dear Whole beach. I'll have a look later. Whole beach. I'll have a look. Is that less than 200? Is it, Rachel? I say less than 200 because if I was to move and sell one and then buy another, that would give me a load of cash in the bank, dear. Yes, could have a nice car then. Well, I've got a nice car. Posh, going to have a posh car, you know. Claire would happily get in my car then. She won't get in a Toyota. Claire, is she still here with us, Claire? Now, Michael says, wear gloves when opening thing. Now, here's the thing, Michael. A few years ago, I went into the hospital. Now, what did I have done? I think it was something to do with my foot, or so. It was something wrong with my foot, or something like that. And she's got the need. Well, we need to take you. Was it my foot? I can't remember now. It's irrelevant. There was something wrong. So I went in and they sent me to have some blood taken. So this nurse is there. She's got a needle in her. And I said, oh, you might want to put gloves on. I've got a little issue with my blood that I have to keep going down the hospital. That's the hospital thing. So she said, oh, no, don't worry about that. She said, if a needle goes through the gloves, it's a waste of time anyway. She said, your skin is just as good protection as the glove as long as you wash them first. So she said there's very little point in wearing gloves. And when you think about it, it's similar with the virus thing, okay? So I can go down and open my boxes, and as long as I wash my hands properly afterwards, all's well and good. If you wear gloves, you take them off and chuck them away, which is basically the same as just washing your hands, isn't it? It can't get in your hands, as long as there's no cut there or anything like that. Besides, it's a respiratory thing, isn't it, this particular virus, so it's got to go down your throat sort of thing. So that's what a nurse said to me. She said a lot of us don't bother wearing gloves because they're just a waste of time. That's what she said to me. Where are we now? It's under 200. Yeah, okay. I'll have a look at that then. I will have a little look at that and where it is and that. As I say, whether or not I ever move is neither here nor there. Right, what's the time? Oh, 11:15. Right, we're going to do raffle tickets, gang. Have you got raffle tickets, please? That's so one of those parcels is my medicines. Look, your Royal Mail parcel has been delivered. How wonderful, dear. We are about to move on to a new book of raffle tickets as well. How exciting. Who's going to get raffle ticket number 1,000? And then, who's going to get raffle ticket number 1? So that's the old what? We'll throw it that way. We got these left. Wonder who's going to get number 1,000. Let me just go and get another box of raffle tickets. So what colour are they? Grey. Let's have. Oh, that's a nice colour. I've got loads of these books now. Ryman's £5. Amazon 8 for £5. Oh, what a lovely colour! Look at that. Isn't that nice? Is that like a greeny turquoise colour? Right, raffle tickets. Who went? There's Claire. There's Claire. I knew you were there, Claire, still. There's Claire. She's still there, busy. Yeah, I was just saying, Claire, obviously, if I took you out for an afternoon tea or something like that, you wouldn't get in a Toyota, would you, my love? I'd have to hire a really posh car or something for Claire to get into. She won't get in a Toyota. Now, don't get me wrong. She's not stuck up or anything. She just likes to keep her standards up. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I know people that went to afternoon tea during the lockdown because they have to keep the standards up. Thank you. RT is just texting in there. I live in Hoe Beach. You can get a nice 3-bed detached for 200. Well built, but not like the cardboard rubbish that were built down south. I don't like new houses. RT, I hate. Those new, they call them developments, don't they? Oh, they're ghastly. Barratt homes and all that lot. Wimpy homes. Every house looks exactly the same. I think they are absolutely awful. Awful. That's the beauty of driving around Lincolnshire. Is that if some of these roads, long main roads, every single little house is different. One's white, one's black, one's brown, one's big, one's small, one's old, one's new. I love it. All different. Legoland houses. No, thank you very much. Awful. Just awful. Right. Gary Owen says it's raining in Wales at the moment. Thank you, Gary. Raining in Wales at the moment. Well, where are we now? There we go. Gary Davidson. Here we go. 994 for Gary Davidson. Michael Pullman, 995. Jason Hughes, 996. John Aiken, 997. Claire, 998. Mandy, 999. Blooming frog in my throat. Mandy, 999. So who's getting 1,000? It's Rachel. Rachel gets ticket number 1,000. Rachel Wheatland, ticket number 1,000 for Rachel. Check that out there, look. Yes. All right, well done. You got the 1,000. So who's going to get number 1 with our new greeny... It's not quite turquoise, is it? It's like a green... They're green. These are green. What a lovely colour. Look at those. Who's going to get number 1? Let's scroll down and have a look. And then I'll do the email ones after I've done these ones. Right, so there's Rachel. Who's under Rachel? Rachel. It's Piggy Malone. Ticky number 1 for Piggy... Ticky number... Ticky number 1 for Piggy Malone. Diane number 2. Sean 3. Mick 4. Tony King 5. This is for the fridge magnet on Monday's raffle, okay? Colin Coates 6. Michael Lawrence 7. Ross Herndon 8. Mark Bowles 9. I wonder what's in those boxes downstairs. It's very exciting. Mark Bowles is 9. So the package must be the asthma thing, I would imagine. Mark Bowles 9. Fran Green 10. Sprinter Van 11. Claire's got a Skoda. Oh, please, Claire. We all know you get picked up by Rolls, dear. Don't give us all that, my love. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Paul Atkinson, 12. No gardens with new builds. Awful. Awful. Have you seen some of these gardens? But the young people, they seem to be quite happy with them. My nephew and my niece, they both got one of those new builds ones. Very small gardens on the back, but they seem to be sort of fairly happy with them, really, rather than want an old house. You know, it's funny. We all like new things, don't we? But not new houses. We don't like new houses. I'm sure, and all the new houses are far superior with their insulation, aren't they? Well, they're much, much warmer. You go around my nephew's house, it's always warm in there. Always. I haven't got the heating on. The older houses are harder to heat, but I'd still rather have an old one than a new one. This house is a 70s. This is quite big. Nice sized garden and all that. Nice. Rachel 1000. Is that all the tickets? Looks like it's all the tickets there. RT. How about me? How about this? Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I'll have a look at that. Maureen. Thank you, Maureen. Ticket number 13 for Maureen. And ticket number 14 for Gavin Bass. 14 for Gavin. 14 for Gavin. And then we got... Oh, thank you, Terry. Sent me some jingles there. I'll have a look at those later. Dr. Gregorian is 15 for Dr. Gregorian. Is that everyone? Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now, my darlings. And I shall correct that. That and that. Is that everyone on the emails? Let's have a look. Shell Energy. That looks like it's everyone on the emails. Okay. Oh, Terry Turner. Terry Turner. Hang on. Terry Turner is 16. Number 16 on the green tickets. 16 green. It's like when you're in the bingo at the seaside. They have colours, don't they? Red 5-0, blind 50. Red 5 and 2, 52. Green 3 and 1, 31. Yellow 2 and 5, 25. I like the colours. We like colours. We like bright colours. All right. There's no baked beans. The baked beans are coming tomorrow, Michael Lawrence. Baked beans tomorrow. Is it Easter eggs? Ooh. Who sent? No one sent me Easter eggs. No one sent me Easter eggs. Thank you, Artie. I'll look those up. They're all on Rightmove, which I do. That's where I usually look at because all the estate agents seem to be connected to Rightmove somehow, don't they? Right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Friday, the 17th of April 2020, to a very good-looking chap, boys and girls, Earl Drummond. Greetings, Earl. Big happy birthday to you, sir. Doesn't say how old you are. Oh, 38. Happy birthday, Earl. Looks like you spend your entire life down at the gym now. Happy birthday. Ruth Cantwell. Good morning, Ruth. Cantwell, happy birthday to you. Have to be very careful how you say your surname, my dear. Ruth Cantwell. Duncan Hamilton today is 44 years old. Voix, who is international drag queen. I knew her before she started doing the drag. She used to be walking along the top of a bar where I was DJing at a place called Heaven in London about 11, 12 years ago now, literally pouring vodka into people's mouths. And now she's like international, very, very famous, popular drag queen. And it's so wonderful to see how people move on. You know, just fantastic. Happy birthday to you, Lavoie. Ali Silva. Good morning, Ali. Big happy birthday to Ali Silva. Chris Beeching today is 61 years old. Happy birthday to Chris. All right, sir. And Richard Barrett's birthday as well on this Friday. I think that's everyone. I saw someone's little boy's birthday. Hang on, let me see if I can... Was it Alan Carruthers? Might have been Alan... Now, why can't I find that? Oh, I think I might be spelling his name wrong. See you. Carruth. There it is. Oh, it's double L. Let me just see. And then I'll put that. He hasn't asked me to do it, but I could just put that in if it... Oh, it is. Okay, so his son Layton today is 9 years old today. It looks like he's got some sort of... car, sort of possibly an electric. Is there pedals? Oh no, he's got pedals. He's got some sort of pedal car for his birthday. So he's 9 years old today. Layton, who's 9 years old. So happy birthday to each and every one of you on this Friday, gang. All right. Where's my birthday song? I keep losing that. I'll have to move that into a better. I'll have to put it on a button. That's what I'll do. I'll put it on a button. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Must be awful, those people that like to go out, you know, a lot and celebrate their birthdays and things like that. It's something I haven't done for years, other than, of course, that wonderful afternoon tea that I had this year in the Dorchester, as taken to by my friend Adam the plumber, who's probably hard at work now, I would guess. Well, there we are. Thanks very much for joining us on this Friday, gang. Pleasure as always to sit here chatting away to you all. Back with you again tomorrow morning, round about the same time. Just a reminder, gang, if you want to send anything in, pictures wise, just choose one picture to send in rather than sort of 10 or 20 of them. Then feel free to do that. Anything at all, maybe a picture of you, your face, or I don't know, something you're proud of that you've created. I don't know, an item of cooking, perhaps something you've put together with screws and pieces of wood. I don't know, whatever. Your house, doesn't matter. Just send it through, and I'll put it hopefully on the next show for you. Just a reminder, if you haven't got your raffle ticket yet and you're watching a recording of the show, you must get your request in by 6 o'clock the next morning, okay? 6 o'clock is the cut-out time for raffle tickets. Enjoy your Friday, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning around about the same time. Cheerio now.